Jess and Dildo JD Pendleton. We're back outside where we just got back from the orchard. That's right, we finally have our first produce off our young, very young orchard. We planted the apple trees. Some of them are about 3 years old and some of them are about 5 or 6 years old. The pears are on there about their 5th or 6th year as well, maybe a little older than that. I got like 3 or 4 pears last year off the tree, but this year you can see I got an abundant amount. I think I got like 2 or 3 dozen in here, and that's really good for a young pear tree. And today we are going to be talking about pears. I've got the grape arbor coming on. We had strawberries, blueberries. I just picked the second picking of blackberries today. Filled up a big colander full. I'll put that picture here. Alright, we're back. What do you think of that? Oh my goodness, blackberries. Oh, I love blackberry pie. Blackberry cobbler is the bomb with a little bit of ice cream on it when it's warm out of the oven. Am I making you hungry yet? Oh Lord, that kind of thing is the kind of thing that makes me cheat on my diet. You know what I mean? The apples did not do any good. Somebody asked me about that, and we didn't get them sprayed when the bud was opening. The pink blossom was opening at the right time. I thought you sprayed when the leaf opened, but it's when the apple blossom itself unfolds. And when that bud opens, it's when it releases the woolly worms, the white woolly worm and stuff. So, and if you see things that look like little flies and like little slurpy things that come out of the peaches, well, all that carried over to my peach, part of the peach orchard. So my peaches only got this big, even after the June drop, even after I plucked them off. So we're going to go over all that in just a little bit. But today we're going to be talking about the pears. Oh, they smell like apples. They smell so good. As you can see, there's nothing like real produce off your personal orchard. It is an excellent payoff. I can't even begin to tell you how blessed I feel. Last year I felt blessed with 3. This year I feel blessed with a couple dozen. I couldn't be happier. And I've got a couple of them in the refrigerator that we've already been nibbling on that I let ripen. Pears. Pears are one of the fruits that ripen best off the vine. Did you know that? So if you think you're going to eat your pear in about a week, then put a green pear, just like bananas. They ripen off the vine best. So pick them when they're a little green. They can still be somewhat firm. This variety stays a little firm. You know it's ready when it has a yellow cast to it. And when you take and you press this upper neck, this little neck area, when you press it and it feels a little tender, you know that this particular pear is ready. And most of the pears you can tell by the same method. So when you're at the grocery store and you're pushing around the neck, see how nice and soft and how easy that kind of dented? That pear is ready for eating. Alright? And now this one right here looks a little bruised or whatever. It's fine. This is perfect. This is what we want. It's nice, soft, and tender. This is ready for canning right here. So that's how you tell how your pear is ripened. But you don't have to buy them with them being soft yet. Only if you want to eat them in a day to 3 to 4 or 5 days do you want that to be like that. You can buy them green and still a little firm and let them ripen on the tabletop when they're still green. Most all varieties are the same, and this one right here turns a little bit of a yellow shade. Let's see if we can get the two up here. You can kind of see the difference. This one here kind of has kind of a yellow shade to it. A homegrown one's going to have a few little bug bites here and there. That's fine. We're going to cut all that out. That's fine. This will make great, if you let them get pretty ripe, they'll make great pear butter. Tastes a lot like apple butter. Has the same texture. And people think of pears as having more of a grainy texture. But actually, especially when you make it and cook it into pear butter or candied pears, I'll leave my link below for my candied pear recipe from 2 years ago when I canned those up. This year I'm going to be canning up straight up pears. If these are in good shape, I'm going to can them straight up pear halves. Be sure and plant some pears in your orchard, because in just a few years, this is one of the earliest payoffs are pears. I mean, and I've got one pear tree that must be pollinating the other one, because that or it's a sucker, because it's not putting anything on. It has a lot of thorns. I'm going to have to investigate that. But it makes for some great shade, so I went ahead and left it over by the swing. But they're just 2 pear trees that sit, you know, probably about 10 feet apart from each other. And it seems to be working. One of them's producing, and that's fine by me. I'm fine with having any tree, whether it produces fruit or not. I'm just happy with the tree. A little bit of browning here on the flesh, perfectly normal. It's nice and soft and tender. This is not bruising. This is perfect. This is ready to be eaten. Now what I did with these is I kept them in the container, just washed them up, put them back in the container, and I set them on my countertop, and they've been sitting on my countertop for about 5 days. So I'm going to go ahead and peel these up today. I think they're ready. I'm going to go ahead and peel them up today, and I'm going to go ahead and can them up. Grow your own produce. Even on a small lot like this, we've got so many plants. Raspberries, blueberries, blackberries, apples, peaches, lemons and limes I have this year as well, and they're all blooming. So I'm pretty excited. Pears, grapes. The grape arbor is doing excellent, excellent. And I learned how to do all the pruning for that this year as well, and learned some really cool terms from a winemaker on all of that this week. So we have all that coming up. So be sure and hit that subscribe button. Be sure and join us, because we have a lot going on our little homestead. We want to thank you for joining us, and God bless. Subscribe. All right, so let's head into the kitchen and let's can up some pears.